Watch out, Coco. Alright. Cue the sad music and depressing slow zoom. We're making a change, and the red flags are officially here, like formally. Red flags, no more copium, no more hopeful takes, no anything like that. We got problems, big problems, that weirdly enough, I almost predicted to the T that this is a coaching issue. If you got people of this caliber, like Double Lift Bjergsen, 2 rookies and closer, and somehow everybody's looking this bad, it was always going to be a coaching change before anything else. I saw a few comments on Reddit and on Twitter saying that, oh, Koss probably wanted to change the roster. You're not changing this roster. Like, the only person that you might sub out is Double Lift, but Double Lift was the best performing person on this team. There's nobody else that you're putting in, especially with General Sniper's health now in question as well, and bless him and hope he has a very speedy recovery. He doesn't even turn 17 to come into the LCS until next year. We got nobody. You're not changing this roster. It's too many big names, too much money that you're literally pissing away whenever you could just make a coaching change. Now, do I think that Nuke Duck's going to be that guy? No. No, I don't. I saw questions on Reddit whether Nuke Duck was actually the one doing the drafts, and for those that didn't see my interview, separate from the execution of the drafts, how would you rate the drafting of 100 Thieves so far this split?
Oh, well, that's me mostly doing it. Of course, I have to take into account, you know, the player's opinion and what they are like comfortable playing and whatnot.
Yes, he's actually the one drafting, which now means that which now likely means that he's not going to be the one drafting, or if he is, he's assuming even more roles than he already has. And yeah, everything's just in a state of array right now. I can't. There's no world where Nuke Duck first time coaching has any benefit to us unless this is like a Miami Heat situation where you bring in a coach that's supposed to oversee all-stars. He tries to make things his own way. It just simply doesn't work out. And you need to bring somebody in that just allows the players to player manage themselves. But even then, I'm not sure how well this is going to work out. I mean, the one angle to take on this is that we're actively making the coaching change because we're not giving up on this season. We're not content with only just making playoffs, but also trying to make a push much further up the standings. Otherwise, we just accept our fate and wait until the offseason. Clearly, the staff, whether it's Jungle Juice, John Robinson, or anybody else above, who, by the way, have now commented on this situation. I'll leave them on screen for a bit. They're not giving up. Like, you look at TL or TSM's situation, it's like, great. If they can squeak it out and make playoffs, then great. But there's, like, we haven't seen any upside from any of those rosters to believe that they can compete with the big dogs. Whereas, like, the star potential of this 100 Thieves roster, you have the expectation that they can and should be able to compete with all of them. And I have no clue why we're not hitting that point. Maybe our players truly are just, like, done. Like, maybe Closer truly is just checked out and needs a different system, needs something else, because clearly FBI and Someday are doing well still. Huhi's doing well still. Like, look at all the other parts of our roster from last year, barring Abadage, who was the clear underperformer. Everybody's on a better team now. Everybody except for Closer, and Closer is just doing Closer things right now. Honestly, my expectation with this coaching change is basically just make playoffs. I don't think we win a playoff series with this. Realistically, I think we need an actual head coach, somebody who has experience, somebody who can help shape these rookies into something that they should be on the LCS stage. I personally put a lot of blame on the coaching staff as to why Tenacity and Busio have not looked the way that we thought that they would, and hopefully new coaching staff fixes that. I know people in the league scene are very, very quick to pull the trigger on individual players need changes, but I'm not a fan of that philosophy, at least not with this group of people from what I've seen so far and what I've seen externally over the last year and a half. I legitimately think it's a coaching change, and I'm happy with this move at the end of the day. We just have to see how it works out, because this sucks. Let me address some Twitter comments while we're here. Alright, Adam Arago said, crazy to me that we get rid of the 2-time LEC winner and keep the rookie coach who's been in charge of our draft strategy. Well, I mean, to counter that point, Koss, this is literally his first time ever being a head coach, which is much different than assistant coach. Look at Mithy and look at all the other players that have tried to make that transition. I'm not saying it's going to go better for Nuke Duck than it is for Cause, but let's not act like Cause was the head coach when Mad Lions made their runs. That was Mac. And Mac bears all the credit when it comes to that specific situation. So no, I don't honestly think this is as crazy as a move or crazy of a move as people think. If anything, it's a lateral move, but it, it is what it is. Ryu Roshan, I'm sorry, I butchered that. Don't know about the Nuke promo though. Been some time since I've heard anything good about him. I personally have no clue at all. And there sounds like there's a fire alarm or smoke detector or something going off in a building next door. So I'm gonna wrap this up here and hopefully figure out what's going on. Yeah. See y'all on Thursday, and hopefully we get a dub under new coaching staff. I don't know how this is going to work out. This sucks.